Now we are starting to get into predicate logic. This is the new kind of logic we are going to learn about in the rest of the lecture notes. You can see two simple statements. Those are which we should formalize in predicate logic. But first, let us formalize them in propositional logic, because this is something we already know very well. In propositional logic, we can simply introduce Boolean variables for those two statements, such as B for the fact that I like beer, and W for I like wine. And that's it. So in propositional logic, you can use those those variables and other variables you introduce inside your formulas. Now let's see, what can you do in predicate logic? What is different in predicate logic? Well, in predicate logic, you can nicely somehow express the connection, the relation between your statements. Like here, you know, both statements are about me liking something, beer or wine or something else. So basically, those statements are really similar, and to express this relationship between those statements, you can add parameters to your Boolean variables. For instance, in this case, I'm introducing a Boolean variable L for expressing that I like something, but I also add a parameter to pass what I like as a parameter. For instance, B for beer, or here I pass W for wine. So you see, this is what we can do. We can add parameters to our Boolean variables. In fact, L is not a Boolean variable. Boolean variables cannot have parameters, but officially L is called a predicate. L expresses that I like something. Here I use X to substitute that something. So later on, you can substitute X with concrete objects like beer or wine or whatever. And those objects, those distinguished objects, can be represented by so-called constants, like B for beer. So B is a constant. The constant W represents wine. And I can keep going. I can introduce further constants for representing further objects, like I introduce K, the constants K for kebab. And after that, I could also express that I definitely like kebabs.